Before we get started rambling, just a quick reminder that these Strange Happening videos are progressive. One builds upon the other. It's kind of, if you want to relate it to a story like, but it's a story of me and me learning as I'm continuing on. I learned trial by error, trial through error. It's the way I learned through this strange happening part of my life. But the strange happenings are progressive. So if they don't make sense, that's because they aren't meant to be stand-alone type of videos. The Strange Happenings title with the SH in the title are progressive. All right, it's Monday morning, not too early. I've done a few little things, filled up the little Barky water filter, fed the cats, got deposit ready for the bank, that kind of thing, got my tea going. A few little things done, so I'm forgetting this dream I had last night pretty quickly, and I didn't write it down. I had been writing down dreams for decades, but I thought I'd get it out here real quick because it was fun. It was kind of fun, and it had to do with this armor feeling that I have around me. It was like we're in some kind of, not like a summer camp, but some kind of place where it was like a camp. There were a lot of other people there, and a place that's not exactly your home, but like you're somewhere else visiting and staying for a while. It was like that, like a summer camp type of atmosphere. Your little group might have their own cabin, another group might have their own cabin, another group might have their own cabin, that kind of place. And it seemed like we were having competitions. So there was a group of 4 of us, and we were competing with other groups, almost like stage plays or fighting. It was almost not fighting, but not fighting to kill, fighting to win. Competition, not fighting to really damage the other person. So it was more like not stage plays, but competitions. This group of 4 competing against this group of 4. Playing warfare or something like that. I don't know what it was, something like that. But this armor, I feel, was around me, but the green part was on the inside and the mirror part was on the outside. And the interesting thing about the armor in the dream, this is just the way dreams work, in this particular dream, I half knew I was in a dream and half didn't. So it was half and half a little bit. Sometimes I'm most times I'm really aware of my dreams and then I'm really in a dream. This one was half and half. Half in a dream, half not kind of thing. So it was kind of different. But the armor would just activate when I wanted it to. And it wasn't all the time activated. It was just when I wanted it there, it would appear and do what I needed it to do. The other people in the group had different kind of armors. There was a person whose armor was more brownish color, more leathery kind of color in a group. There was another person that also had a similar type of, much different type of armor, and then another person, I can't even remember what the 4th person's type of armor was hardly. It was almost like a metal type armor also. So there were different types for different functions. Each one had a particular function. Mine with the mirror on the outside was almost like plate armor. Now I mentioned the green looked like green scales, but the mirror part seems when it's on the outside more plate armor. The helmet is totally round, which was really odd. Instead of a normal helmet looking like normal you see helmets, this was round like a sphere. It was a sphere helmet and totally round, and that's what made it so weird, but like a metal plate, but a sphere. And I could see through it like I wasn't wearing a helmet at all. There wasn't eye holes or anything like that. I mean, it was solid, all around sphere solid, and I could see through it, but it was still there, like mirror metal all around. And it was real shiny silver mirror, and that was my armor. And we would challenge back and forth and fight back and forth. Now, in this dream, I had the funniest weapon. It was like a 2-handed axe. It was an axe that goes up, 2-handed, but the axe could be used as a hammer and as a sword. changed to what you could use it with. The blades of the axe, it was a double-headed axe, would move and come down the sword and form a sword. The sharp edges of the axe would come down the handle of the axe and narrow down all the way down and form a sword. And then the bottom part of the sword, if it needed to be an axe, would come back up and form the axe. And then for the hammer part, you just slam it on the ground and don't hit it with the sharp edge. Hit it with the broadsides of the axe blades facing outwards, and you just hit it in the middle. So you don't come down on the sharp edges of the axe, but on the center flat part of the axe, and it acted like as a hammer and shattered things. So I found that interesting, really interesting. I seem to be the leader of it. I guess that's where your dreams work. You're the leader of it. You know, it's your own dream, so why not make yourself the leader, right? So I was the leader of the group. And well, it's interesting. And yeah, we won the last little trial thing at the end there. So I thought that was interesting. But you know, you're not looking to really damage other people, hurt or kill other people. It's just fighting to, I don't know, stay in practice, whatever you call it, practice fighting. I don't know, keep your skills up, kind of weird. And it also involved an evolution of the armor, which I thought was interesting. Kind of like I talked about in my Strange Happenings, the armor evolved, the more I could see it, the better it got. It was similar to that. Maybe that's the subconscious coming out in your dreams the way they do. Your subconscious comes out in your dreams. And all this was in the back of my head, so it came out in dream form. So that's probably what happened. But the initial armor wasn't as solid. Just like in my Strange Happenings, wasn't as solid for the first few rounds, first few times. And then the more we practiced, the better it got. And at the last end, it became really good and solid. And same thing with my the three others with me, that theirs did the same thing. They had a particular style of armor, but it wasn't as solid for them. And the more we practiced, the more solid the armor got. And improved. The armor improved, and it got so much better and better and better. Until we were the top of the class with the four of us. So I thought that was interesting. It's just fun. It was just kind of a fun dream, you know. One of those dreams you kind of enjoy. So it's like, oh, that was kind of fun.